Hello everyone, how you doing? My name is Macina and I hope you're having a blessed day. I am the author of A New Me Living Without Labels, and this is my autobiography on my life as a neurodivergent, which will be out really soon. But right now, I am here to help you, especially if you're neurodivergent or even low income, with different skills and techniques to help you to feel better about yourself. My first series I would like to talk to you about is our memory, which is one thing that all of us who are neurodivergent, living with disorders like ADHD, epilepsy, especially which is what I lived with, um, even mental retardation as a possibility, as well that we all have memory problems. Anything doing with that, as a neurodivergent, we can have memory problems as well. What I want to show you is that you don't have to let the fogginess of your memory, the relapses of what you cannot remember affect you. Matter of fact, yes, they do affect you, but you can learn how to live past it and also to function. And to help you to function is basically not just what we use to help our memory, but also the things that we do in our daily lives. So here are tips and ways for you to help your memory. Believe it or not, start using calendars. Calendars are a good way to help your memory. Your calendar, basically right in your phone, can alert you as to when you have an appointment for something. It will let you know about half an hour in advance. The same thing with if you have Zoom meetings at home through your phone or through your iPad. It lets you know when those times come up, especially even if you love a specific show or have a movie that you want to watch. It You can write that right into into your calendar on your phone to alert you, so that you'll know that that movie or activity is about to occur. You can use also card holders, which you can buy these in Target as well, basically for like your business. If you do have a business, get the card holders to help you to remember who your clients are. Also get them to help you remember who your doctors are, so you can make one for your personal and one for your business life as well too. Getting notebooks and paper, my favorite thing. I love to get the black and white notebooks that we used to use as first when we were in first grade. And that is just how I'm writing all this information down to help me to share it with you. Because believe it or not, I probably could not remember this off the top of my head myself. But for me to have my notes written down gives me that click in my brain of what it is I want to tell you. It can give you the click in brain to remember who it is that you're speaking to as well. And that's basically how I'm writing my books and my stories as well. I outline what it is I want to write. And you can also use this to help you to make a list of what it is that you need to do during the week. You can keep a list, a journal of what it is that you like to do during the week. And I carry a nice pretty one with me in my bag with me to help me to remember if I want to write down grocery lists, if I want to write down things that I want to tell my doctor. Because believe it or not, when it's written down, your thoughts actually flow better. That believe it or not, by the time you go to the doctor, because you have your thoughts written down somewhere else, you may not even need your notes to help you to remember what it is to say to your doctor. The more you keep doing it, and the better it will be. In the beginning, you're acting like you're right word for word, which is something I did when I was in school. But believe it or not, over time, you start to learn to entrust your memory. And I can only build trust in my memory only after I had my brain surgery. And one of the other things that you can also start doing is start reading more. Start reading more because you have stories right on your phone that you can learn to read. You can also invest in what the kind of books you like. And the reading, believe it or not, helps me with my communication with other people. If you like Black History, like this is Black History Month, you may want to read books on Black history. Whatever it is that you want to read that you can do. And you can also play games too. I love playing cards. But there are also games right on your phone that you can get as apps that will help build your memory up as well. A lot of the Candy Crush games, the block games, the Chinese block games, all of them can help build your strength in your memory. And a good thing also to do is labeling. You can start to label your folders to help you to know what you want in those folders, so you know where to go to look for them. Labeling is a good thing to help you, not even just if you were labeling a jar to let you know what's in the jar, but also labeling helps you to stay functional as to what it is that you're doing. And just like I probably mentioned about this also helps during recertification time. That if you're living living in low income housing, you have a lot of paperwork that you have to keep track of. But mostly all of us do to some degree. But but then you have to remember Social Security information, social service information, the information for where you live. All that information needs its own special place. And having its own special place along with your bills can go into the folders for the doctors that you have. And you can even make it even better for yourself if you want to. Make all your doctors one color. Make your business information another color. All that is possible. Matter of fact, have two different storage bins for your files as well too. A file cabinet for your personal. I have storage bins that I'm using for my business because, of course, I live in a small apartment, so I don't have a second room where I can put it all in. So they're in bins in my closet. All these type of things can help you to your memory and your organization. Another thing, as I probably mentioned, I haven't mentioned, is setting a schedule. Set a schedule for what it is that you want to do. If you're like me, you ride public transportation. So I'm a person that if I'm going to go somewhere, I like to connect it also either before or after I have an appointment and on my way back home. And believe it or not, the schedule helps you to stay focused as to what you need to do during the week. So if you're like me, you're exercising more, then I have a set schedule for my exercises. So I like to exercise before I leave the house. That you also probably are on a lot of medication. So this is the time to know to organize your medication as well. Or believe it or not, this is the last Friday of February as I'm making this video, but it's also close to the 1st of March. So that meant that I started paying my bills for March as well. So those are the kinds of things that you plan for. And believe it or not, knowing and planning ahead is also a good key thing to do as well. And remember, changes do happen. So if you get off schedule, don't beat yourself up about it. It's okay. One minute I thought I was just going to go to one place today. Next thing I know, I took care of 3 things in one day because 2 of those things were in one place and the other was in another location. And believe it or not, I went to my appointment and then I walked to the next building and then I caught the transportation back home. That over time you learn how to plan your transportation. You learn how to move around to where that you get things done because I knew that these things I needed done, but at the same time, I would have to be in and out of the house more than what I really wanted. But that is part of setting your schedule, and your schedule is not going to always be made for the whole week entirely. Sometimes your schedule, like today for me, was made on the spot. But believe it or not, in this memory, also know that you need to still take time for yourself, both mentally and physically, because your brain, as a neurodivergent, works 10 times harder than the average person. That just to get up in the morning, to put yourself together, to know where it is that you have to go, to stay alert, your brain works harder. When you're reading, you're writing, your brain works harder. So the best thing I can say to do is also still give yourself grace, give yourself time to relax. And this also means giving yourself time to slow down. So when you're not physically active, you can do something mental. Or better yet, do neither and just relax and enjoy yourself. This is my first video for you on tips for your memory. I hope you enjoyed it. Please look again for my next video, which will give you more information for helping you with your memory. Again, look out for my book, A New Me, Living Without Labels. Talk to you. Bye. Hello, how you doing? Here's another tip for you for your memory. Believe it or not, our memory, we need a clean out time. We need to clean out our memory, not just in our brain, but also in our home as well. That you need to take time to clean out your file cabinets. You need to take time to organize. Because believe it or not, that helps to keep you helps you to function as well. The best time to do this, especially for us neurodivergents, is say like during recertification time. Recertification time is a good time because recertification time you have to pull all your information. You have to pull your bills together. You have to pull your insurance together. You have to pull anything that you pay for. That if you pay for your medications, hopefully you're not, but if you are, you need the receipts for all that information. So this is a time for you to pull your receipts together, to get your information copied, and to clean out what it is that you need. Because you may have information backed up from 2020 that you don't need anymore. So that information needs to be let go. And that's the time to shred it up. If you don't have a shredder, which is a great thing to have, but if you don't, to take your scissors to cut it or just tear it up and to put it into old bags that you're not even using anymore, and then have it to be recycled. But also, this is time to help you to organize as well, to prep for the new year coming in. And if you're like me, you're starting a business, so you're gonna have your work section and your personal section in two different areas. Just like I just spent this whole week upgrading information that I want to take to the Library of Congress. I spent this whole week writing my speech for this coming Saturday at my family's neighborhood. So I pulled all that information together. I wrote the notes out and everything, and I took that information with me to the library. If you have information that you want to store, like I store my stories or my drives, now that I know that I don't really need to hand copy them as much, thank you, Jesus, that I'm going to get more drives to store my stories on. And now that I also know how the Library of Congress likes their stories to be, not with the dates and everything, but then I may make a file of those dates somewhere else just so I know where they are. Because I'm a person that lives by dates. Library of Congress don't live by dates, but I do. It helps me to know where I was thinking and where I was at that time, because what may work for me may not work for you, and it sure doesn't work for the Library of Congress. So then I had to go back in my stories and take those dates out. But luckily, because I had printed copies of all my stories, that my stories also have those dates on that information, so the information is not lost. But I know better now how that I'm going to store this information for my future stories. So believe it or not, every step you take in trying to store information or to remember information, it may change over time because you're trying to follow the rules of like for me, the Library of Congress. When I send them my stories, so then they won't not take my money and not do the work that I'm waiting for to give me the copyright. But at the same time, it gives me another way to store the information. It maybe make it a file later on for that information so I know where it is and where I can update that information over time. Because that information is important to me to know what I was thinking and what I was thinking when I made it. Because I could have written the story 5 years ago, but then started typing it, but then decided to add more to the story later on. Who knows? But over time, you will build up your skill in how you want to do your information. And also, you can clean the binders, clean out your binders as well, clean out your folders. And your Social Security papers, you may have them in a folder, Social Security, Social, but then take those papers, get hole punchers, and place them in binders. That way and keep them for at least a good year. If you're doing your business information, you should keep that for, as I was told, for at least 3 years. So all my bank statements for my business and even now my personal are in plastic to then protect it and then store it in a binder. And I did that for work. That was a tip given to me from work. But I took that same tip and did it for my personal bank statements as well. So that is something that you can do. So believe it or not, all of these tips are there to help you, that I'm giving you, to help you to think about organization. Please, just take the time over this nice springtime coming, and take your time to revamp who you are by cleaning out your paperwork and getting your mind in order. That way, you will feel more in charge of your memory, because you may still have a memory problem like I do with names and faces. But guess what? You can at least feel good about yourself and the things that you can control, and you can control the information around you. So think about that again. Again, please look out for my book, A New Me, Living Without Labels. It's coming out real soon. Have a blessed day. I love you. Bye.